Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're back for this chilly and vibey draw with me, speed paint, whatever you want to call it. Today we're gonna draw a little bit and I'm gonna tell you about my art journey and how I started drawing, if you can say it like that. So grab your pencils, pens, markers, brushes, iPad, paint, whatever you're drawing with or creating stuff with, and join me. So in my last video I reviewed the ARRTX OROS Brush Marker set, and today I thought, why not draw something with them and show you how nice they look like on paper. So I'm starting out with a pencil. It's in HB, and we're gonna do different portraits of women. And I don't have the balls to go in with the liner immediately. I know some people do that, and I admire that, but I can't do that. So after that we're gonna do some liner, you will see. So let's take a walk down memory lane. I don't know if it's a flawed memory, but I think I exactly remember how I got into drawing. I was in kindergarten and I was sitting at a table drawing with all the other kids. One of my teachers sat there with me and drew a horse with those little furry things at the legs. It looks something like this, if I remember it correctly. And I was looking at that horse, and at that moment I was so mesmerized by the way she did this drawing of this cute little animal, and I was so mesmerized that I wanted to draw like that too. So you could say that little horsey sparked a fire in me, and I was drawing ever since. I think I always liked drawing even before this memory, but that sparked something in me. So thank you, little horse friend, and to my kindergarten teacher. I must have been around 3 or 4 at this age, because I was in kindergarten, and since then I was trying to draw everything from animals to people to random furniture, everything I saw. So from around 3 to 6 I was just drawing random stuff, and then around the age of 8 I heavily got into comics and mangas. I don't know if you remember the magazine comic W.I.T.C.H. I follow the artist now on Instagram, and I always get so nostalgic when I see those posts of the characters. It's really cool. And Helen was my favorite character for sure. I legit started dressing like her and styling my hair in those cute little braids, and it's not an exaggeration when I tell you I was really obsessed with them. I was their #1 fan. I really loved them so much. It was like my whole life. And to show you how obsessed I was with them, I'm gonna tell you a little story that has nothing to do with this. As my relatives live in Turkey, me and my family always went to visit them during summer break. We always went there for 4 to 6 weeks, and the Witch magazine was always coming out every month. And I didn't want to miss the magazine when I was not home, so I desperately searched every newspaper stand for the monthly magazine. I was so persistent, but none of the newsstands had it, like none of them. None of the newspaper stands had the magazine, and I was so devastated. And I finally had to give up because they didn't have it. And then we went to the airport to fly back home, and at the airport I got a Witch magazine, and that was really awesome because after all the struggles it was worth it. It was a Turkish magazine, it was not in German, and I didn't realize back then that the storylines were different and they had a complete different, it was not the same magazine like it would be in German but in Turkish. But I was happy because it didn't matter to me, because I still got my dose of Witch. And you maybe think now, why is she telling me this? Because my obsession with these characters led me to more drawing, and I got more and more into it because of my obsession. And I wanted to draw them and recreate the comics And when I was, I think, around 10, 11, I wanted to become a mangaka. So you could say that which sparked my art fire even more, and maybe they are the reason why I'm still drawing till this day. So yeah. I decided to try different skin tones and colorful hairstyles because, you know, why not? And after, I'm gonna draw some flowers to fill the empty space, and of course some sparkles because they always look cute. And for some finishing touches, I will go in with some colored pencils to do some details. I really like the step when I draw with markers. So let's get back to my story. When I was going to school, I was always drawing on the sides of my notebooks. My Latin notebook had like a white part at the side, and you should have seen them because it was not a single page was white anymore. Everything was drawn in, and sometimes I'd even cut out the parts and give them to my classmates because they wanted it, not because I wanted to give out my art to them. And yeah, all this time I was drawing traditionally with pencils, watercolor, markers, paper. And once I also got an affordable graphic tablet, and I tried that out for a while, but it wasn't the most pleasant experience because, you know, I couldn't afford any programs like Photoshop, and it was a little difficult drawing with the tablet at that time. So I switched back to traditional and didn't really draw digitally. And yeah, when it comes to my style, I'd say my approach when I was little was to draw very hyper-realistic. I think it's most of the times it's like that when you start out drawing, you want to draw like very hyper-realistic. It was like that with me. But when I got into comics and mangas, I didn't want that anymore, of course. I still had some hyper-realistic phases, but I enjoy the freedom you have with non-realistic styles, and that's why I have a style that's, I don't know, decide for yourself, but it's definitely not hyper-realistic or anything like that. So by the time I started university, I was seeing digital art and iPads everywhere, like suddenly. And then I also got obsessed with it, of course. I got so obsessed that I did like 3 months of research. And in my research, I compared like every tablet and every graphic tablet and the Surface and also the iPad, of course. And I decided to buy my first iPad Pro. And that's when I really got into digital art again. And I've been drawing digitally ever since. And I think Procreate makes it very, very easy to start out because it's so intuitive. And yeah, big shout out to Procreate. I'm so thankful for this app, and I would recommend it to anyone who's starting out with digital art. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's my art journey in a capsule. So one last advice I would give other artists is to not compare your journey and your progress to others. I don't always follow this rule myself, but I think it's the diversity is what makes art beautiful, and we all get mesmerized and inspired by different things, and that's the point of it, you know. Don't pressure yourself to have a certain progress or style or anything like that. Just let it flow, and I would love to hear about your story. So if you want to share it with me, you can tell me about it in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in my next video. Bye!